For those of you who don't know, I happen to be a very avid reader, and I truly believe reading gives you the best perspective on life behind experiences. And first, I must apologize for my background. I am at work, so it does look like I'm into some sort of Saw, freaking Chainsaw Massacre type of shit. But I happen to be here for the last weekend that we're open. But moving on, I finished reading this book called Speak Fluent Man by Decarlo. And if you don't know who she is, she was basically the partner of Patrice O'Neal. They may not have been legally married, but he always addressed her as his wife. And if you don't know who Patrice O'Neal is, first, people who know me personally, Patrice O'Neal is my favorite comedian of all time. In my opinion, he's the greatest of all time. His philosophies, the way that he spoke, the man was a prophet. If anything, he was the Jesus of comedy. That's how I feel about him. And I feel like if you're a fan of him, you must have this book on your bookshelf. If whether you're man, woman, even if you don't know him, you need to have the book, because the way the man spoke, and Vaughn did a really good job of like captivating his words and putting it into text, his philosophies into text, and everything was very fluid. You were able to understand it. There was nothing that was hard to understand, because the analogies the man would use were insane. But he'd take something that it would take somebody an hour to explain, he tied up in one phrase, and everybody got to go and pick it up. My two favorite chapters, probably chapter 3 being double standards, chapter 5 logic versus emotions. And for those who are interested on how Patrice ended up going out when he had the stroke and he ended up dying in the hospital, Vaughn did a good job in the last chapter letting everyone in on exactly what happened. It really got real emotional towards the last chapter. I'd shed a tear if I remember how to cry, but I really hope those who are fans of Patrice, even if you were not a fan of Patrice, pick up the book, go on the Amazon. It's only about $15, $16. Pick it up. It's a must-read book. It is a must-read book, and especially dealing with relationships. If you're a female hoping to understand males, how they think, how they go through life, why they do things the way that they do things, you got to pick up the book, because it really gives you perspective as to why we think the way that we do. And for the men out there who are looking to connect more with females and understand why your relationships are usually failing if you're doing too much, you should go and pick up the book too. Vaughn did a really good job. Shouts out to Decarlo on the book. It's an amazing book. Personally, I believe this should be a #1 New York Times seller. It should be a #1 bookseller in America, even international. I may be biased because I'm a huge Patrice O'Neal fan, but personally, that's how much I love this book. I might read it twice. I might even buy some more books, maybe even do a giveaway on it. But I urge you guys, if you guys are readers, even if you're not, pick up the book. It's an amazing book.